I'm just a regular guy. I'm married. I've been with my wife for 16 years now. We've been married 11. We have 2 kids, 9 and 7. And so when I'm not out here trying to create change in Newark, I'm throwing the football around my son. I'm kicking the soccer ball with my daughter. I'm reading books to them. I'm spending time with my wife, taking her to shows, concerts. We love music. We love hip hop, so we go to a lot of shows together. We walk, together. We just do everything together. And so I'm just doing what most other people are doing, taking care of my family, trying to be the best husband I could be. My wife, most days she says I'm not as good as I need to be, so I do the best that I can and trying to be the best father I can. And then also trying to find some time for myself. When I'm with myself, I'm either reading or I'm listening to music, or I'm working out, or playing sports, or just finding time to chill. Because sometimes, with the community work that I'm involved in, it can be very over-encompassing. And so when I can find time to relax, I enjoy that. Well, how I got here is a lot of people give me opportunity. I grew up in my neighborhood, I grew up like everybody else in my neighborhood. Most of us were the kids of teenage moms. My mom was 19. Very few families on my block had fathers in the household, which was very unfortunate. I was very blessed to have my grandfather and my grandmother, and they were like rocks. Like many kids in my neighborhood, were touched by gun violence. I lost my mom to gun violence when I was young. But it was also a neighborhood that was really a proud and strong neighborhood. We're always outside. We played together outside. I hear nowadays, the kids will say, we need a program. And because our outside was safe, we created our own program. Everybody put their foot together in the middle, and my mother and your mother were hanging out close. My mother punched your mother right there. You probably know about that, Ross, but what color was the blood, right? We played kick the can. We played hide and seek. We just had a good time. We would make up games. And so that was the kind of neighborhood I grew up in. There's a lot of fellowship, a lot of love, there's a lot of support. If you weren't doing what you're supposed to do, anybody in the neighborhood could hold you accountable. If you were doing what you were supposed to do, anybody in the neighborhood would affirm you and would encourage you. And so it was a beautiful neighborhood I grew up in. It was a beautiful experience, even though we had difficulties and challenges at the same time. And we really got to get our neighbors back to that place where they're loving, they're affirming, they're encouraging. And they're also places of mutual accountability where anybody in the neighborhood can hold kids and can hold one another accountable for doing the kind of things that we ought to expect of one another. I wasn't really with my mom that much my first 8 years. She had me at 19. She was kind of getting on her feet. So when I was 8, I went to go live with her. And I was really excited, because that's your mother. And for kids, or at least for me, your mother's the center of everything. So I was really excited to live with her and also get some stability, because every year and a half, I'd be in a different home, different school. So I was very excited. And I didn't even get an opportunity to really bond with her. So it was very difficult. I was with her about a month or two. We had a broken lock. She found a locksmith to fix the lock. And the locksmith and my mom entered into a relationship. And it became a textbook domestic violence situation. It happens all the time. Happens to women throughout our community. Restraining orders get ignored. And that's what happened with us. We had to be on the run because he would continue to violate these restraining orders. And so it was very difficult, and we were in the shelter for a while. And I believe to this day, if he would have known where we were, I may not be here. But what happened, we were on the run, he didn't know where we were, so he waited for my mom at the workplace. And, she didn't make it out. And so that was, and then right after that, my father popped up, and I was with him for a few months. Came home one day, he was gone. He didn't leave a note, he didn't say goodbye, and I would never see him again. So it was one of those periods, it was like there's always something new. So before I was with my mom, every year and a half, I'm in a different home. I'm with my mom, and we had that difficulty. My father pops up. So I became numb to a lot of things after a while because there's always something new. But I thank God for my grandmother and my grandfather who kind of stabilized things for me from there. And the only reason I'm here today is because of them, because of my neighborhood, and because I got a scholarship from the Boys and Girls Club to get a college prep education. And that's why education matters so much to me, because somebody just tapped me on the shoulder, gave me a lifeline that other kids didn't have. Most of the kids I grew up with were smarter, stronger, tougher, but they didn't have the opportunity that I had. And so that's why I've dedicated my life to making sure that every kid has the opportunity to be fully who God has created them to be.